How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm awesome. What are we doing today?
We are doing the dad episode.
Woo! Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, especially mine.
Hang around with us and you find out how to be a little extra dad.
Yeah, maybe a little extra enough to have a sweet car like this.
Yeah, that's when they call you daddy. Here we go.
That's right. All right, let's go chat.
Woo! We're here. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
We are here with a father.
Not a priest.
Not a priest, but a
Daddy.
A daddy. A father, a dad, a grampy also.
Yeah, also a grampy.
Yeah. And also, this is my partner, Darcy.
And a partner.
Yeah. So, and he has a name. Darcy! Woo!
Hi.
And he's a little extra. You might have noticed something that makes him a little extra just a second ago. What is that? Tell us about your car, Darcy, real quick.
Yeah. Well, my car is, you know what, it's the first car I ever had. I owned it, and I drove it in the wintertime stupidly, but it's the only car I had, and I smashed it up, and I said if I ever get the time and the money, I'll buy another one and rebuild it.
Yeah.
And I got the time and the money, and now I just have the time and not the money anymore. But I got the car, so it's a 1970 Olds Cutlass Supreme.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
And it's, he's been working hard at restoring it himself, and with some help, recruiting help from some other people in and around the city, but for the most part, has been restoring it all by himself.
Yeah, it's been a project.
That's sweet.
Yeah, but he's not a car guy.
I'm just a that car guy, not a full-on car guy. No.
I love the nostalgia of it all. That's a cool thing to do.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So let's talk about some dad things first. I guess, so you're a dad. You have one daughter.
Yep.
And I guess, how do you feel? Like, you're kind of a guy's guy. And so, well, you can be, I guess. Like, you're, but, I guess, how did you feel just having a daughter? Like,
oh my. I tell you, you know what?
Just having a daughter.
I'll try to make this story quick because I tend to make all mine are so long-winded. But I think, like most men, when they learn that a baby is coming, I think everybody does this. They think about having a little mini-me. You know, I want to have somebody that's just a lot like myself. And then all the women get together and they start to speculate, like they get the little thing with the necklace and the ring and all that, and speculating on what the baby will be. And I thought, boy, I better think about this, because if it's a girl, I don't want to be disappointed. Mm-hmm. And so I started thinking about what are the great things about having little girls, and, you know, the stereotypical stuff, because I was new and I didn't know, you know, the tea parties.
That's a great perspective, though, to have that mindset before the baby's even there.
Oh, I did, you know, it was happening, like it or not, so I thought I better get on board, and by the time my daughter was born, that's all I wanted in the world was a little girl. And so when she came out and they said it was the little girl, I was just absolutely elated and never thought again about having a little boy until our little grand guy was born, and that's a whole different story. So now I've got kind of a chance to do that over again for a little boy.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
That's fun, having little people around again. Little ones that you can, like, sit back. They're like little temporary humans.
Yeah, your problem. Exactly. Yeah.
So I know you're not a priest, but do you know how to make holy water?
Do I know how to make holy water? Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a drink here. No, I don't know how to make holy water.
You boil the hell out of it.
No. Oh, that's why my mug says dad jokes.
I looked up some dad jokes, and so I'm gonna just drop one at you every once in a while.
I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Rick right now, because Rick Garreau is the absolute dad joke king of the world. So you're gonna see this one, Rick.
I love those dad joke things you see on TikTok where they're like sitting in a duck blind. And they're all like, did you hear the one about, I don't even know all of them, but it's, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's pretty funny. Do you have a good dad joke? You don't have a favorite dad joke?
I'm kind of not a dad joke guy.
You are a little, like, you like sliding in, like, you don't tell a joke, but...
Yeah, I won't set up for it, but if I got to fit one in there, I'll definitely fit one in. But yeah, I don't really have a collection of dad jokes at the ready now.
Well, hopefully the opportunity arises in the next 20 minutes or so.
Arises. There's a dad joke right there.
There we have it.
So, I happen to know a bit about you, and
Just a little bit?
Yeah,
Or a lot of it?
and I happen to know that Darcy is a hoarder. And
Are you guys going to fight after this?
Maybe. And I was hoping, it turns out that this is just a common thing that, like, dads do.
Yeah.
But I was not familiar with it until I met Darcy. And so can you explain your hoardiness?
Your hoardiness?
So, yeah, I'm a very hoardy person.
I think that needs to be on a shirt.
Here's what I can say. If you want to have you see these little TikToks about people saying, hey, if you want to have nice stuff, you better be rich or you better be handy.
Yeah, I like that.
And I wasn't, I didn't come up rich. I came up single mom family and struggles and all the rest of things. And so also I was in the unique position of being the one boy in a house full of girls in the 70s. And so there was a stereotypical role that you had to learn how to fix the extension cord when you ran over it mowing the lawn. And, you learned how to be handy. And then once you're handy and you fix something and you found a couple of things that is just the right thing to fix, pretty soon you start looking at everything in your hand as, well, that has potential to be something I'll need someday, and I'll use that someday. So you start hanging on to stuff like a block of solid rubber. You're like, well, you never know. I might need to make my own, bushing or, so, yeah, you hold on to stuff because somebody's going to ask you to fix something, and then you got your little tickle trunk to go through and find just the right thing. And,
I can be like that with fabric.
Yeah, right?
And then you're like, you do not need this. Because people like to give me garbage bags of fabric that they find at garage sales or maybe their grandma had something. And you go through it and you're like, I'm probably never going to use that. But I will not get rid of it because the second I do, then I'm going to be like in my brain, I know I have that somewhere.
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, you got rid of it.
There's a TikTok like that where a guy's walking around, he's holding a little thing, it's like, don't be a hoarder, don't be a hoarder. He goes to throw it in the garbage, he's like, it has potential. Put it in a drawer somewhere. But I mean, yeah.
I think you've sent me that like 3 times.
It justifies
it's not just me.
It justifies my name. But I'm set out right now to make 2 sets of bat wings.
Yeah.
For a ball here in our city.
For the daughter.
Yeah, for my daughter and for her husband to wear to this ball. So I mean,
bat wings. So what are you making them out of?
Well, that's a good question. Things I've hoarded, apparently. No, it's going to be make it out of some 1-inch gas line and some 1/2-inch flexible gas line to make the frame, and then it's just going to be spray glued fabric on top. So
that's super cool, and I feel like you need to take a picture and tag this podcast in that picture because I think that people are going to want to see how that turns out because that sounds cool.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay,
sure.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. You are incredibly handy, and yeah, there's nothing you can't create or fix.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Is there, for all of the potentially handy dads out there, what is like the tool that you would say that they need to have to be the handiest that they could be around the house?
If it had to come down to one tool?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're asking a hoarder.
I know, right?
Well, I'm kind of a materials hoarder. I'm not really a tool hoarder. Like I do amazing things with very little tools. But I'd say an impact
That's
driver.
what I hear.
The impact driver?
That wasn't a dad joke, but it hurt like one.
I didn't hear it. I'll catch it in the replay.
It'll be a little surprise for you.
Yeah.
She's heard I'm used to working with not a lot of tools.
No.
But I said that you hear that.
Ouch.
But
limited time appearance on that.
He's never going to come back. Friends off, hey?
I would say an impact. If you want to make impact, you better have an impact. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I was going to say that. I was like, they both seem to know what that is, so I'm just going to smile and nod. Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree.
Well, we hope that there's dads on
yeah.
there.
Dads,
help.
they're, around the world, we can hear men mansplaining impact drill to their wives now. That's a thing.
Yep, that's the truth.
I like it.
Do you know what a nosy pepper does?
A nosy pepper?
Yeah.
No. What does a nosy pepper do?
She doesn't know either.
Gets jalapeno business.
Jalapeno business. Oh, no.
These are good. Oh, yeah, that was...
And you offended everybody Spanish speaking at the same time.
Jalapeno. No, it's because of the head waggle. Jalapeno.
Jalapeno business. Yeah.
Yeah. This is going exactly how I thought it would. How about a little cheers to that?
Gross.
Cheers to dad jokes.
Cheers.
And Leah, thank God she's not a dad.
I've been a dad.
I guess you have. Can't even say that. Damn it.
Okay. Dad fun facts. What is the best dad song to listen to when you're in your car or in the garage? I guess all of your songs are dad songs, so just what's the best song?
The best
to you?
song. The best song. I gotta go with Detroit Rock City. Yeah. Little Kiss, Detroit Rock City.
How's that one go?
Get up. You know this song.
Sing it. No, I don't know this song. I don't. You need to.
Wrong crowd.
No. Like, get me.
No, I want you to.
I really don't know.
Oh.
The problem is, if I perform that song right now,
We're going to go viral.
we'll actually get problems because it's going to be such an exact rendition of the song.
I have always wanted to be a
We're
backup
gonna
singer.
have
Hold on. Okay.
Copyright problems.
And backup. Okay, go.
Nope.
Not today, Junior.
Not happening. That was in my writer.
Carp. Well, fine then. Okay. That's not... Do you have any questions lined up?
I do have a question.
You
I have
do?
one question, yeah.
All right.
So, have you heard of this phenomenon going around social media right now where gentlemen are being asked, man or bear?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your take on that? Do you have an opinion? Do you have an answer?
Here's the thing about me. I always have an opinion.
I knew you would. That's why I asked.
Whether I express it or not. Yeah, I always do. Here's my opinion. Man or bear? So just so I'm clear, the scenario is that you're stuck in the wilderness.
Your child, girl.
Okay, you're a young girl.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're stuck in the wilderness. Would you rather be stuck in the wilderness with a man or a bear?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the debate.
No.
A bear is going to do nothing to ensure your survival at all. It might kill you, it might walk away from you, but it is going to do nothing to ensure your survival. Unless you could gut that bear, skin it, turn it into a shelter, and eat the rest of it, that bear's going to offer you nothing. A man, on the other hand, might be a bad guy, might be a good guy. At the end of the day, the only chance you have for somebody to actually improve your chances for survival would be the man. And anybody who thinks otherwise is probably has to really examine what the sort of toxic masculinity hype. I don't know how a male, gets to be automatically lumped in as a potential bad guy.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I want my dad there. If I was a young child stuck in the wilderness, I'd want my dad or any other man there.
I think part of the argument with that, and I do agree mostly with what you're saying actually, but I think part of the argument is that when men are being asked that question, their initial thought themselves questions the innate nature of, like, their mind goes there right away. And not to say that they think all men are bad or that all men have that in them, but the idea that the thought of their small child being alone with a man terrifies them.
That's sad.
It is.
That's sad to
It
me.
is. Do you know what I mean? So it's not saying that all men are bad, but it's just like the fact that when you ask a man that question, especially a man that even, say, has a daughter or a young daughter, and their mind goes there right away, even though it's unfair. I think it is very unfair.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't think this got to this point of like a craze on social media through what men are saying.
Right. I agree with that.
You look at the comments.
Yeah.
See who's commenting the most on that.
Or who's sharing, who's like, it's all women asking their partners or dads or...
Yeah. At the end of the day, I would hope to God that, if it was my child, that there would be somebody out there that could save that child. That's all. Because bear sure as hell ain't going to do a damn thing to help me. Nope.
Unless it's Smokey the Bear. Oh, speaking of Smokey the Bear, I have the best joke. Okay, why did Smokey the Bear's wife end up in the hospital? Because every time she got hot, he hit her with the shovel. It's not even a dad joke. It's like an actually good joke.
And she never learned.
Keep it in your pants, Mrs. Smokey the Bear.
That's awful.
Speaking of fires, I tried to buy a lighter on Amazon.
Oh?
There was like thousands of matches, but no lighters.
Guys, you're killing me. Guys, you're killing me.
I love how this has become dad joke and dark.
Yeah, I'm like, this is so good. I like this.
Yeah.
I keep switching hands between my...
Are you dad joke or are you extra?
My extra or my dad joke. But I'm running out of coffee now, so...
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, that is a
no
problem.
No more dad jokes, I guess.
Oh,
I just have one more. But I'll save it for...
I
like to slide it in when it feels right. You know?
I've got a couple more.
Yeah.
I think we're moving into like the advice portion because all of my questions that are remaining are like advice related questions.
All right.
And so we could just have like an entire advice. This is dad advice.
Okay.
All right. What is the best advice you were ever given? First of all.
Best advice I was ever given.
First advice.
I really like the idea that if you want to have nice things, you're going to have to be rich or you're going to have to be handy. Mm-hmm. And I mean, best advice is a lesson. And you know, my dad, who's somebody I idolized and make a great deal of. And as a matter of fact, yesterday he and I went for a ride in my car. That's
super cool.
Yeah, really special to me. But my dad was a handy guy, you know, and my dad was always building something, always fixing something. If he wanted something for himself, he'd go out, he'd source it, he'd make it, he'd build it. And at the end of the day, the best times I ever spent with my dad was spent fixing things, learning how to build things, you know. So at the end of the day, one of the most important things in my life was, as a male, to work with your hands to improve things in your world, to positively impact your family with your abilities, you know? I mean, we don't do important stuff, dads. We don't. We don't give birth to live young. We don't nurse children, you know. We have to find ways to bring big value to our families. And I mean, being handy and being fix-it guy, that's a big part of it, you know? So work hard on that and develop that as a character, I think. Yeah.
So is that's the advice that you would pass forward onto people as well? Or do you have like...
I like the phrase, like, the best advice is a lesson.
Yeah.
I'll take that away from what you just said.
Yeah, I think that is the advice that I would offer up. You know, is work, nobody's born good at anything. You get to be good at something by watching other people and, you know, taking advice and trying and messing things up.
Messing up, yeah.
Yeah, you got to make your mistakes. That's it. That's all. But you got to keep trying and that's my advice. Yeah, be handy.
So that's dad advice. Would you...
This is good. No, and it's still recording. So we'll just have to edit that out, but we will plug it in. Oh. We're still recording. It got so low that I couldn't see the screen. So we're good.
Well, you might as well plug it in, though, because otherwise it will.
Totally. That went down a lot faster than I thought it would, actually.
Thanks for doing that, baby.
We didn't stop.
Thanks for doing that, baby.
All right.
Okay.
Anyways.
Advice for Grampies.
All right.
Advice for Grampies. Oh, boy. you know what? By the time you're a grandpa, you're a little smarter. Like when you're a dad, you're off busy doing things, and you're pretending to be important, doing work stuff, and missing out on a lot of opportunities to spend time with your kids. And generally in life, by the time you have grandchildren, you've slowed a little bit, and maybe have a better focus on the important things in life. So, my advice for grandpies would be as present as you can, but at the same time, I don't think that has to be told to any grandfather. When you do have grandchildren, you just want to be with them so bad. So, but I think that's it. Make space in your life for family, and fill it up with family as much as you can, because as you get older, you find out that the things you were doing at work are not the kind of important that you thought that they were at the time. So, but building those memories and being present in those times with your family, that's some critical stuff. So I'm learning to do that more all the time, but I'm challenged to remember to be present, having the function, everybody running around, and I tend to be, scrambling in the barbecue and want to make sure everything's just perfect, and maybe not doing the best job of being present and really soaking that time up. So I could do better at that, and I'd encourage anybody else to do the same.
I see the grandkids have the most fun with you when you get on the ground.
Yeah.
And so, when you physically get on the ground and get down to their level, they just freaking eat you up.
Yeah. They also love riding the hoverboard.
They do, very much.
You guys have a hoverboard?
Yeah, Darcy rides a hoverboard. And I'll carry the kids around and do spins and
that
stuff.
That happened during COVID.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people got hoverboards during COVID. I tried one once. It didn't go well.
No?
No.
Yeah, Leah can hoverboard.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
You know what else I did?
What?
I tried to make up a joke about a ghost, but I couldn't. It had plenty of spirit, but no body.
Oh. Oh, God. That was awful.
I also made a song about a tortilla once. Well, it's more of a rap.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
I mean, really, this is going to be our big break here.
Yeah.
You're sleeping
I think
alone.
that much is obvious.
Okay, fine. I got one more, and then we can end this. All right. What did Elvis say to his landscaper?
I don't know.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, now that we're rolling with it, even though I'm going to tell you mine.
Yes.
All right, okay.
That's rolling? Okay.
No, it's not. It's not. No. Anyway, so a guy walks into a bar. Ouch.
Oh, God.
All right. You got one. Do you got one that you can pull out? Finish the show.
What kind of show is
I'm
that?
out. This is not what I signed up for here today.
We always have space for you in this stuff.
Oh, I know. You've expressed that today.
No, I don't want to have one that I can pull out.
All right, then.
I've got two.
That's how I got to be a father.
That's how you got. Bazing! There it is. All right.
That was awesome.
Happy Father's Day, dads.
Oh.
I'm out of coffee, but I'll
That's
cheers.
specifically to my dads.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for coming on, Darcy.
Thanks to
nice
all the
chatting with
dads
you.
for doing what you do, and carry on. Keep your stick on the ice.
That's what she
like
said.
red green.
Duct tape. We usually finish it with good chat.
Good chat.
Good chat.
Good chat.
There we go.